Good morning, Chasm listeners. This is Nathan Hylla, Project Management Supervisor with the Stearns County Soil and Water Conservation District. Today is Saturday, June 16th, 2018, and I will have your conservation report for today. This weekend, we may have a little bit more weather coming in. Very thankful and appreciative for the most recent rainfalls in the last couple weeks. Last week or so, I should say, and then we're expected to get back into those summertime patterns again this weekend with a higher chance of rain, the return of humidity. So, I think now we can officially say that we're into summer. And typical Minnesota, we go straight from winter to summer. Seems like spring skipped over us this year. We had late planting in some of our fields, late ice out on some of our lakes. But I think things are catching up now in terms of vegetation, and things are happening right now. So thankful for the most recent rain, but hopefully expecting more here shortly. I know I'm visiting with a lot of farmers, just talking to them as they're walking through the halls. They're very glad to see these most recent rainfalls because water levels are down. Crops needed a little shot of water, so very helpful for that and thankful for that. Speaking of water, I'd like to talk a little bit about some water or well monitoring clinics that we have, and water testing clinics that we have coming up. The SWCD is co-hosting these clinics. The first one takes place on Tuesday, July 10th from 4 to 7 at the Belgrade Municipal Hall. The second one takes place on Tuesday, July 17th from 4 to 7 at the St. Joseph Township Lions Park. Then the final one would take place on Tuesday, July 31st from 4 to 7 at the Melrose City Center. So this will help test for bacteria, nitrates, and arsenic. There is a $10 charge to receive a kit. And I know visiting with some staff here, one staff member most recently had a test done that was $80. So it's quite a bit of a discounted rate for those of you who are going to participate in these clinics. They are $10 for the first 150. After that 150 are sold, the price goes up to $45. So as I mentioned, those tests can be quite a bit higher. So take advantage of this opportunity for a reduced rate to get your water tested for bacteria, nitrates, and arsenic. And again, they're all from 4 to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, July 10th at Belgrade Municipal Hall, Tuesday, July 17th at St. Joseph Township Lions Park, and Tuesday, July 31st from Melrose City Center, at Melrose City Center, and again from 4 to 7. So if you have any questions, you can contact Katie Breath in our office at 320-251-7800, extension 3, and ask for Katie. So Katie's the one that handles that. And, as I mentioned at Father's Day, happy Father's Day to everybody. I know that if I had my choice of things to do, it would be to be on a lake. Unfortunately, I know I have a birthday party for part of Sunday, but hopefully you can get out in between the raindrops, it sounds like. But again, I've been out on the lake quite a bit over the past few weeks. Fishing's been a little bit slower than typical. I know that having the water warm up at a very fast rate may have changed some of the movements of the fish. But I have noticed some sunfish in the spawning beds and catching a few of those as well. So get out and get a chance to enjoy it. When you're out there, start thinking about, when you do transport from one lake to the next with your boat, keep in mind cleaning your trailers. When you do pull out of an access, make sure that all weeds are removed. Aquatic plants, zebra mussels, and other invasive species are removed from your trailers. Make sure that drain plug is pulled out. That is a Minnesota law. The drain plug needs to be pulled out when you leave a lake, and it needs to remain out until you arrive at the next lake. Several of these accesses, including where I live on Middle Spunk, they have almost a full-time inspector. I know that I've seen one at least 5 or 6 times that I've docked a boat on our lake this year, and have talked to them. They know I know the routine. I gotten to know some of them, but just make sure you use common sense when you're going from one lake to the next and pulling that includes your live well plugs and also your drain plug for your boat. So dispose of any minnows that are taking water from the lake or in a live well, so make sure you're doing that. If you need more information on a full question and answer and a full review of the aquatic invasive species laws and programs, you can visit the DNR website at www.dnr.state.mn.us. So there's information on there about the invasive species law. So keep that in mind as you're traveling out and about this Father's Day and for any day that matter. We do have 10,000 lakes in Minnesota. Going through the fishing regulations, it's maybe easier to list the lakes that are not infested than the ones that are. But let's protect those that do not have invasive species in them right now. So. One of the last things I want to cover here is we do have some new faces starting here on June 25th at the Stearns County Soil and Water Conservation District. These positions will be filled using grant funds that we had written grants for, bringing those dollars either from the state or the federal level or the nonprofit level right here to Stearns County. I know that we do have excellent grant writers in this office. And they have written some grants to provide some positions to help out our residents with different conservation practices. So those dollars, again, are coming here to help support the work and the natural resources in Stearns County. So the first being Ryan Rothstein. He'll be starting on June 25th, as I mentioned. He'll be a farm bill biologist. He'll handle some CRP and maybe some easement work in for the SWCD. He'll work side by side with Jason Selvog, who's been here for quite some time. For those of you who know Jason, but Ryan will handle primarily CRP requests, which reminds me that the CRP is currently open for those that expire in 2018, and it will be open till the middle of August. So if you have any questions on that, please contact Jason Selvog at 320-251-7800 extension 3 and ask for Jason. He can get you some more information. And after June 25th, you can ask for Ryan Rothstein. So we welcome Ryan to the team. Mark Grieve will be starting as a soil and water engineer. He'll serve a 12-county area, which includes that area is from Benton to Big Stone, and from Todd Morrison to as far south as Meeker, so the west central part of our state. Mark will be assisting rural and urban landowners, mostly rural, to get them certified using the Minnesota Ag Water Quality Certification Program. So we want to welcome Mark to the team. And finally, we have Tessa Lee, who will be starting on June 25th as well as a conservation planner. She will be primarily working in the Sauk River Watershed District in parts of Pope, Douglas, and Todd counties, as well as a large majority in Stearns County. Helping with conservation plans and putting some practices on the ground. So if you live in that area in the Sauk River Watershed District and you want to enroll in programs and put practices on, you may run into Tessa from time to time. So welcome those faces as they're here. The county fair is going on from July 25th through the 29th at the Stearns County Fairgrounds in Sauk Center. I know it's kind of early, but several of our programs, we'll have brochures on several of our programs at the Stearns County Fair. And take the opportunity over the next month or so as town festivals are getting underway. I think here in Lake Wobegon, that's one, and Stearns County. We take that for granted, but it's an opportunity to visit with our neighbors and friends. We all kind of have busy lives, and it's everybody's chance to kind of regroup and feel a sense of community. So enjoy that. I know Avon Spunk Days is there going on this weekend, today, the 16th of June. So if you get a chance to, I know there is a parade tonight. So get out and enjoy some of these town festivals that are going on. And that is your conservation report for June 16th, 2018. Again, I'm Nathan Hylla, a project management supervisor with the Stearns County Soil and Water Conservation District. Thanks, and have a great Father's Day weekend.